of fans out there. A very warm welcome to the edutainment, which is on humor in everyday life. So, how many of you all had a stressful week? Because I know in Dubai weekend starts. So, how many of you had a very stressful and a long week?
Me,
Yeah, thumbs up.
me.
Great. So I have a very I have a very small exercise prepped up for a fun-filled evening. So it goes like this. It goes ho ho, ha ha ha, ho ho, ha ha ha. So I want everyone to unmute themselves, turn on their videos, and let's all do it together. Okay?
Hey.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ho ho, ha ha ha.
Ho ho ha ha ha. Ho ho ha ha ha. Ha ha.
Thank you.
Makes me feel like Santa Claus.
Robert still waiting for the gifts.
Thank you, and I request everyone to mute themselves. So I would be reading out the mission of Toastmasters International, which is the mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So we have few ground rules before we proceed with the meeting. First one being, let's all refrain from speaking on taboo topics which are sex, religion, and politics. Let's all keep our dearest mobile phones aside on silent so that we are not distracted. And also, let's all log out all the apps on your laptops. Uh, and yeah, so I'm sure that we all are going to have a very fun-filled evening today, and we are going to laugh out loud because it's Dubai Improv Tribe, which is here. So let's all use our virtual reactions to show our emotions and encourage them and motivate them, so that they can see how we are reacting as well. And also, let's all mute ourselves, mute our microphones, and keep our videos off so that there won't be any issues with with the bandwidth, unless if the presenter has asked any of the member to come, any of the audience to come forward and participate in any act. So the respective person can unmute themselves and take part in the respective segment. So that's it from my end. Moving on with the meeting, we have Toastmaster Amit Jadhav, who is going to introduce the trainers for this meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Amit. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. A very, very warm welcome. So, Toastmasters, how are you doing today? I can't speak loudly, but I think I'm quite a vocal guy. Don't look at my background. It's too dirty because I'm still in the office. And to be very honest, welcome to the new normal. We are on the Zoom meeting, so no need of social distancing or using your mask. You can keep it open. So let me unveil myself. Okay, so let me introduce this today's session for you. So for the last 3 years, Dubai Improved Type, better known as DIT, is known for doing what is a best unknown, unplanned, unscripted performance that reminds audience it's okay to laugh no matter what your circumstances, and today is going to be no different. This time they will also be sharing a few of their secrets. Just to share some secrets, I'm reading out the script. If you can see, it's just a secret. Okay, just a secret. Don't tell anyone. Okay. As of now, as of to how you, the audience, can get to find your funny bones in life. Again, funny bones in life. I'm a bit to the fatter side. Don't take me again wrong. I'm not trying to, but it to myself. I don't think I'm that skinny to have those bones tickling, right? So, fun fact about DIT, Toastmaster Pragnya told me so much. And again, I have to introduce, very bad with names, pronunciation specifically. So, if I do some mistakes, please forgive me. That's my humble request. Uh, they are the creators of a popular podcast called Unscripted with DIT, which has often featured in the top 10 comedy podcasts in the UAE and India, unscripted with DIT. But this script is scripted to me, very honest to you. It's scripted by Toastmaster Pragnya and given to me. Is now into seasons 2 with its 31st episode. You can find it all across the popular podcast platforms like Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, uh, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, Podbean, and Podcatcher. If you haven't subscribed yet, you are really been missing out on a lot of laughs in life. DIT is led by Toastmaster Robert. I'll not take surname because I'm not comfortable. I will miss the pronunciation. I don't want to be humorous at all. All humor belongs to him because who says humor is no laughing matter? He takes it very seriously. So I want to be very serious. So over to you, Toastmaster Robert.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Toastmaster Amit Jadhav, for that warm introduction. And even if you had mispronounced my surname, that would have added grist to the mill, so to say. We would have used that character in a scene in one of the games, and it would have been so much fun. Thank you so much anyway. I love the way you already started tickling the humor bones, the funny bones. And in your case, if as you say you're a little bit rounded, we can also work on the funny muscles. There are certain funny muscles that can do the trick as well. Good evening, one and all. And thank you, first of all, to Division B and our ex-tribe member, Pragnya, for having given us this opportunity to come and perform for you this evening. Pragnya had a chat with me a couple of weeks back, and she said, hey, Robert, the Dubai Improv Tribe, you guys do so many shows and you all make people laugh, but can you come and help us also do something similar to what you guys do in your shows? Can you show us or teach us or give us a few tips on how we too can do this in our everyday life? Not on a basis as what you guys do it, laugh out loud, but at least try and be a little funnier than what we are. I said, okay, maybe we can. Why not we try? So that was the beginning of what you are going to experience now. And here we are with I wouldn't say entire tribe, but we have a large contingent. And some of them are going to be performing in an event like this for the first time. So we may make mistakes. I'm sure we will make mistakes. Be kind, forgive us, because it's all part of the game. Okay? Now, to begin with, as you heard our Sergeant at Arms say, she requested all of you to be on mute, which is fine. But let's warm up a little and switch on our videos. Let's do a small warm-up exercise just to get everybody into the energy that we need for this event. Okay? All comfortable? If you're not comfortable showing yourself because your outfit or whatever it is not presentable, that's fine. But we don't mind seeing it also. So it's up to you. All right. What we're going to do now is called Touch Blue. I'm going to be giving you a series of commands. And right where you are seated, within reaching distance, if you are able to locate whatever it is that I ask you to show me on screen, thumbs up. Okay? So to begin with, are you ready? Am I loud enough? Okay. Show me something blue and long. Something blue and long. Who's the first one? Who's the first one? Okay, Priya has showed me something. Ajita, what are you showing me? Pragnya, you're pointing to something. What are you pointing at? Naina is showing a book. Manju is showing a water bottle. Naima is showing me her gas lighter. Very nice. Saira is, I don't know. Saira, what's that? Okay. I think Priya wins this hands down. Yeah. Okay. Shravya, what is that? Is that your rucksack?
Blue bag, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, show me something white and in the shape of a circle. White and in the shape of a circle. Anything? All right, Rashmi and Jasmine. Okay, Shravya, I got that. Naima, I got that. Priya, I got. Oh my God, Priya, there's something sticking to that cup. You showed me with all the dregs of whatever you ate or drank. Come on, guys. Okay, fine. Show me something.
Robert, I win clearly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Totally, hands down, hands down. Okay, guys. Show me something that is black and fluffy. Black and fluffy. Something that black and fluffy. Harish, what is that? Is it fluffy? It's not fluffy. Oh, that's your wallet. Okay. So Harish is showing his present financial condition, saying his wallet is so fluffy, there's nothing inside. Rashmi is showing a fluffy ear. Priya is showing a pillowcase. Naima, I saw that. Pragnya, okay, I get it. Your hair, you just had a conditioner bath today. Naina, I saw that. Okay. Who else is? Mayank. Mayank is showing me something. Manju is showing me something. All right. Here comes the last one. Show me something that will not get wet if it falls in the water. Something that will not get wet if it falls in the water. Naima, what is that? Harish, okay, highlighter. Pragnya, what are you showing me, Pragnya? It's all merging into your background. Kamili, you got waterproof glasses, is it?
Water.
Priya, what is that? Some lid cover, I think. What is it? Watch.
No. It's a silver bangle. It will not get wet.
It won't get wet, is it? I'll have to take your word for that. Okay, guys, well done. Now that we are a little perked up, moving on, we are going to play another game. And for this, I'm going to pick volunteers. All right? I'm going to pick volunteers. So, who wants to join this? Because I can't have the whole. Don't worry. We won't be breaking any of the taboo topics. So, it's safe to join. Okay, Shravya.
Join.
Let me see there. Peggy, Dr. Abdul. Okay. Who else? I've got 3 people. Peggy, Dr. Abdul, Shravya, and okay. I'll now call on all the DIT members. Cool? Joining us are Pragnya, Dr. Abdul, and Shravya. Can you see them? If you can't, it's okay. If you can't, it's okay. All right? Now, what we have to do, people who are part of this, is remember this chant. The chant goes like this. Pragnya went to Venus. Okay? So, when I say that, you're supposed to say, what? And I'll say, yes. And you're going to supposed to say, how? And I'll show you how. And when I do that, you are supposed to replicate that action. All right? And then someone else will start off with the chant, Pragnya went to Venus. What? Yes. How? And someone else will show some other action. You don't repeat the same action that the first person shows. All right? Clear? Thumbs up? Okay. Let's begin. Pragnya went to Venus.
What?
What?
Yes. By crawling like a crab.
Crawling like a crab.
Who's next?
Pragya went to, oh, did you know?
What?
Pragya went to Venus.
How?
Dancing all the way.
Dancing
All the way.
Who's next?
Did you all know?
Jasmine?
What? Pragya went to Venus,
How?
climbing all the way.
All the way.
Oh. Who's next?
Did you
Yeah.
know?
Yes,
Did you
Sarah.
know?
What?
What?
Pragya went to Venus,
How?
flying all the way.
Flying all the way.
way.
Priya.
Did you know?
Okay.
What? Pragya went to Venus,
How?
jumping all the way.
Jumping
Jumping
all the
all the
way.
way. Did you know?
What?
Pragya went to Venus.
How?
Crying all the way.
Flying.
Did you know?
What?
Pragya went to Venus.
How?
Giggling all the way.
Who's next? Who's next?
Did you know
What?
Pragya went to Venus,
How?
scratching her head?
Did you know?
What?
Pragya went to Venus.
How?
Even I'm wondering.
Even I'm
Wondering.
Pragya is also wondering.
How many times did Pragya go to Venus?
All right. Thank you for that wholehearted participation in that. And Pragya, a special thanks to you. You've shown us so many ways of getting to Venus. I hope people were paying attention that they don't just have to depend on a rocket. You can utilize all these methods of transportation also. If it works for Pragya, I'm sure it'll work for all of us. All right? Okay. Moving on. We are going to play a game called First Word, Last Line. What's first word, last line? It's a two-person scene, and in this scene, except for the first line that is spoken in this scene, every line thereafter will have to begin with the last word of the earlier sentence as the first word of this sentence. So, if, for example, the first line of this scene begins with, "Hey, Pragya, I heard you went to Venus." So thereafter, the person who then responds has to say, "Venus? Yeah, I went to Hotel Venus. Are you talking about that?" And then the next person will say, "That Venus? Oh, I thought you went to Planet Venus." And that's how the game is supposed to go. So every line spoken, except the first, will have to begin with the last word of the previous line. And the persons who are going to be demonstrating this game for us are going to be Rashmi and Priya. Rashmi and Priya are going to be the ones who are going to demonstrate this game for us. Zoom Master, I'll request you to only highlight the videos of these two and shut the videos of all the others. I too will be doing the same so that we give the two players the limelight to play this game to its fullest. Okay? Audience, I need an input. You can put it in the chat box. I'll pick any input from the chat box. If this is first word, last line, and it's going to be Rashmi and Priya who are going to be playing this game, what do you think are their ages in this scene? Are they both young? Are they both old? Or one is old, one is young? What do you think is their ages in this scene? Just put it in the chat box. Grandma and baby. Oh, that's sweet. Grandma and baby. 16 and 61. I like that. Okay, let's go with that. 16 and 61. Ulta pulta. Okay. Rashmi and Priya, I don't know who's 16. I don't know who's 61. I don't want to get into this fight. It's if you want to blame somebody, blame Shyam Tondapati. He is the one who gave that suggestion. The game is first word, last line. Your input is 16 and 61-year-olds in the scene. 3, 2, 1, begin.
I am 16, going on 60. Did you know that?
Grandma, you don't try to compete with me.
Me compete with you? You're the one competing. Who took my jewelry yesterday from my cupboard?
Cupboard was kept open. I just saw.
Saw what? Cupboard open, you will see. There was one dirty mug sitting right next to your table. You saw that?
That is for you to see, no, Grandma.
Grandma, grandma, grandma. You think I was born a grandma?
Grandma, when did you lose all your teeth?
Teeth. Can you count? These are all my real teeth. I've not lost any teeth. Only hair has become grey because of you.
You must have been a stunner in your youth, but why did Grandpa punch your teeth? I heard.
Heard that also, huh? This grandfather of yours, he didn't punch my teeth. The story is, I was sighted. I was just looking at his friend. Sexy
Was to be punched. Anybody in his place would pull you apart.
Apart. That we were staying apart only. That is why I was looking at his friend, nothing else.
And scene. Good job, Priya and Rashmi. Give them a round of applause, audience. Except for the opening line where we tripped over grandma, I think they sort of stuck to the rules of the game. And that went well. So that was first word, last line. The next game that we're going to demonstrate for you is called a deaf interpreting scene. You know how things can be misunderstood in this world if you did not really pay attention to what was said and done with your eyes and your ears. If you just saw something from a distance and it was a very expressive conversation that was going on with a lot of hand gestures and facial expressions, you would probably arrive at a completely different conclusion to what actually would have transpired between the two individuals. So that is what we're going to demonstrate to you with this game. This is called a deaf interpreting scene. There's going to be two players on screen who are going to be having a conversation. They're going to be enacting a scene. There's going to be two more players, and these two players are only going to be watching the scene. They're not going to be listening to what is said. You get me? Two players in the four screen, they're going to be talking and they're going to be seeing each other and they're going to be having a conversation or whatever it is based on the input given to them. There's going to be two other players who will also be watching but not listening. Now, after a while, I'm going to call scene to the first set of players, and then we'll invite the two players who are only watching and not listening to come and enact what they thought actually transpired based on what they saw but did not hear. Cool? The two players who are going to be coming on screen and acting out the first scene, I'll call on Jatin and Manju. Jatin and Manju, you two are going to be acting out the scene. And the two people who are going to be watching but not listening are Naina and Jasmine. Naina and Jasmine, please put on your videos and turn your audios all the way to 0 so that you don't hear it. And when you're done, give me a thumbs up. Okay, cool. Audience, now you're going to see a scene between two men which is being watched by two women. If that is the case, what do you think could be the subject of discussion between these two men in the scene? Let's see it in the chat box. Two women are watching, they can't hear what's going on, but they're all interested in this conversation. So what do you think could be the subject of this conversation between these two
Not in the
gentlemen?
chat box. Not in the chat box.
Okay, not in the chat box. You're right. They could be watching them. Just say it out loud. Anybody?
A cooking show?
Yes, what is that?
Talking about a cooking show?
Cooking show. All right, that's one. What else?
A sport?
What sport? Give me. If it's a sport,
Football.
give me football. All right. Okay. Any other suggestions? What do you think?
They're cheating on their wives, both of them.
Oh my God. They're cheating on their wives. I recognize that voice. I'll get back to you later, Queen of Fujairah. But okay, gentlemen. Your input
They
is.
wish they were cheating on their wives.
Your input is, Jatin and Manju, one of you is cheating on your wife. One of you is cheating on your wife. I don't know who. And you're boasting about it to the other. All right? This is your input. The game is deaf interpreting scene. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Man, you can't guess what happened yesterday.
Can you tell me about it? I want to listen.
Brace yourself. This is going to be the most exciting thing that you heard in your whole life.
Jai, don't keep a suspense like a movie. Tell, blurt out. I'm bored of my boss's nonsense.
Guess who I met up with yesterday?
Oh, Rekha. Then Sophie?
Keep guessing.
Sophie? Roma?
Yes, you said it right. Sophie.
Sophie.
I've been waiting to meet up with Sophie. And you guess what? She landed right in front of me.
So what about your wife, Madhu?
When I'm talking about something exciting, why are you bringing very unpleasant topics?
She's
Manju?
such a nice person. Why are you going
Okay,
behind her?
do you want to hear about Sophie or not?
Let me change my mood. Tell me about Sophie first.
I thought you just stuck to your boss and your unpleasant mood that you only want to talk about unpleasant people. And I'm trying to bring some excitement into your life and your mood.
Yeah, I like hot cakes. Tell me, give me some hot cakes.
Hot cake is an understatement, man. Sophie is Sophie. Guess why Robert was behind her for the last 2 years?
Robert, you don't bring Robert in between here. He is playboy. Leave him.
But don't tell anybody because Jasmine is gonna beat his shit out. Seriously.
And scene! And see, I had to put an end to that scene. These people, I tell you, give them an inch and they'll dig out the whole yard and the foundation also. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. That was an excellent scene. Now, Jasmine and Naina, can you hear me? Switch on your audio, please. You're muted. Naina, switch on your audio, please. Okay. Ladies, you saw what happened. I trust you did not hear what was spoken. Are you fixed on who is going to be enacting who? Is that clear? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what these two ladies who have been watching this scene thought transpired between those two blokes. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Oh my God, this seems so cold out here. Are we in the jungle? Is it snowing?
Darling, why are you feeling cold? You're with me, the most romantic boyfriend you could have.
I agree you're a romantic boyfriend, but you're that side of the Zoom. And I'm here in the jungle.
Oh, sweetheart. You know, you just keep talking to me, okay? And I will lead you through the most exciting journey in the forest.
I'm all yours. Can you speak more?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now listen. What do you see around you?
Something yellow, yellow?
Ah, I hope it's not a dirty fellow. Keep away, huh?
It's just that the light is bright here.
Listen, listen, listen. You went to the forest to do a research for your study, right? I am there. Do you see the birds that you wanted to study?
It's just that it is night out here. And the birds are beautiful. The light is bright. But I'm missing you so much.
Oh, you're missing me, but what can I do? Tomorrow I have booked a flight, okay? And I'll be there by your side to encourage you for your research.
And see, ladies, ladies,
Oh
ladies.
my God.
Is that what you thought happened? Oh my God, the gents were having such a red hot conversation, and y'all came and gave us the exact opposite of that. Thank you so much. And that too, Naina, you distance your boyfriend all the way away in Zoom.
How naive they can act. Seriously. Seriously. Come on.
Yeah.
I said
Because
act. I said act, okay?
And that, dear audience, is what can very well happen in your own life. If you just see something from a distance and you did not hear the words being exchanged, and you misconstrued the facial expressions and the body language, and you arrived at a completely different conclusion, and you came to my home and you told Jasmine about Robert's affairs and all that, that you would be so wrong. All right? So next time, investigate, make sure you have all your facts right before you make any conclusions. Moving on, we're going to do a game called Off-Screen Pillars. And how, Jatin?
Robert, you should spill the secret what we were talking about.
Yeah. So one of them was actually boasting to the other about this affair he's having with another woman in his life. And that's
Sophie.
what it was. Sophie. Yes. Sophie, for your information. My favorite Sophie.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. The next game we're going to play is called Off-Screen Pillars. What is Off-Screen Pillars, audience? It is where there's going to be two people in the scene, and based on whatever inputs I'm going to take from you, they're going to start their scene. Now, somewhere in the middle of the scene, I will be assigning one person for each one of them who will be off screen. They won't be on screen, they'll be off screen. And during the scene that is going on, each one of them will at some time or the other put up their hands and call out the name of their off-screen partner. And when that is done, their off-screen partner will give them a random input. It will have no connection with what is happening in the scene, not even remotely. The role of the off-screen partner is to make life as difficult as possible for the on-screen players. Now, whatever is the input given by the off-screen partners, this input has to be incorporated directly by the on-screen player and then justified in the scene as to why he or she said that particular thing. All right? It's very easy. Most of the time we do it when we are caught unawares and we blurt out shit and then we cover up all that by telling more nonsense. So this is just an extension of that. The game is off-screen pillars. To play this game, I'm going to call Sarah and Priya. Sarah and Priya, you two guys are going to be the on-screen players, Sarah and Priya. And Sarah's pillar off-screen is going to be Naima, and Priya's pillar is going to be Rashmi. Rashmi, you got that?
Yep.
Okay. So it's Naima for Sarah, Rashmi for Priya. And audience, we have two ladies in this scene. It's going to be off-screen pillars is the game. What's a title of a book which you hated after reading it? Put it in the chat box. Let's see. A book which you hated after reading it. Any book. Or a line from a book that you love. History book. Ajita says she hated a history book. Ajita, if you hate history, you'll doomed to repeat the same. How to read a book. There's a book called How to Read a Book. Come on, audience. Is there any book that you hated, or is there a line that you loved from a book? Mayank hates his chemistry book. All my sympathies are with you, Mayank. I also hated that. A 300-page book, Pocket Guide to Become Better Communicator. Let's go with that. Vinod Panikar. I mean, it's an oxymoron. It's a pocket guide with 300 pages. That must be a huge pocket to accommodate that book. But still, let's go with that. So, Sarah and Priya, your input is a pocket guide to becoming a better communicator. That's your input. A pocket guide to becoming a better communicator. Sarah, your off-screen pillar is Naima. Priya, your off-screen pillar is Rashmi. Pillars, are you ready?
Yes.
Audience, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up in the reactions.
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, begin.
How to become a better communicator. That's what I've just learned. You know, this is like a mini version of Toastmasters. Have you heard of it, Priya?
Naina, from the pocket you will learn how to communicate? What crap, man?
Banana milkshake.
Banana milkshakes, have you tried? That's good for thinking. Then you communicate with bananas.
You can always think of food, and bananas in particular.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy. Have nothing up here. Everything is in the tummy. Think a little bit.
Zaira, do you know how many men love me when I communicate? I just have to open my mouth.
Timbuktu.
Till Timbuktu. Timbuktu calls I get to communicate.
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee is what I have to call you. Keep changing your colors like a chameleon and doing all sorts of nonsense at all times. How are you my roommate? Oh, I just don't get it.
Jealousy is the name of thy woman. Have you read that book? I'm sure you're truly inspired by that book.
Alternative facts.
Alternative facts you will get if you read other books.
Really, alternative facts. Can you enlighten me more?
First, take out that thing out of your pocket. You will get all the enlightenment.
Physician, heal thyself.
Physician, heal thyself. You're a doctor, Saira. You can heal yourself. Why do you need a pocket book to communicate?
हमसे ना हो पाएगा.
हमसे ना हो पाएगा. This Priya. Ta-da, I'm off. Bye-bye.
And scene. Give them a round of applause, audience. Priya and Sarah, they did a good job. That was off-screen pillars. And what we're going to do now is it's payback time. So Priya and Sarah will go off-screen, and Naima and Rashmi will come on screen. And this time, Priya and Sarah are going to be giving as good as they got from them. All right? Okay. Audience, this time, give me an input as to what is that one bone of contention between these two characters in this scene. Let's see it in the chat box. What's that one bone of contention between these two characters in this scene? Last piece of chocolate cake. Ragnia, I didn't know you took your chocolate cake that seriously. Fighting over the last plain seat. Both like their chemistry professor. Why exactly only the chemistry professor? Mystery of the broken headphones, says Mayank. Let's go with that. Somebody's headphones is broken and somebody is very upset and thinks the other did it. We don't know who broke and who's to blame. The game is off-screen pillars. Naima's pillar is Sarah and Rashmi's pillar is Priya. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Rahul, you always do this. Whenever I'm on a Zoom call with you, you say your headphone is broken.
Simran, stop doing drama. I know why you're creating it. This is because of Valentine's coming up, right?
Thank God you remembered.
Kachra.
Kachra you got last time for Valentine's Day, you remember? This time, I'm telling you, I want the best diamond ring from Joy Alucas.
Sarah?
My watchman turned you away.
My watchman, where you're living now, my apartment watchman turned you away. So, bol dungi usko to bring you a Joy Alucas this time.
Watchman? Watchman will be, am I dating Watchman or am I dating you? Who should get me the ring?
Water buffaloes.
Water buffaloes are better than this boyfriend of mine, I'm telling you. My mother was right.
Mother was right. Then why don't you date your mother, Sarah?
Poor boiled potatoes.
Poor boiled potatoes. Every morning she used to give me. That's why your brain has become a potato only.
Potatoes? You only said that potatoes were your favorite vegetable.
Taklu?
Taklu you will become if you don't eat those boiled potatoes every day. My mother takes so much care of you.
Potatoes or no potatoes, your anger and your issues with these gifts will only make me taklu.
So what? Let's not fight. Valentine's Day is coming. I'm going to bake you my special cake.
Pajama
striped cake with pink and blue and your favorite yellow color. You just get me one small chotu 50,000 dirhams diamond ring. That's all I want.
Sarah?
Write a novel.
Write a novel? That's how you earn money. Okay? Don't expect it from a boy. आज मैं यहाँ हूँ, मैं बस हूँ, कल मैं चला जाऊंगा. You know, right? Boys are like buses. No more Rahul kal se.
And scene. Naima, you had to bring in that line. You could not resist it, right? Well done, Rashmi and Naima. Audience, give them a round of applause. That was a reverse game of off-screen pillars. Good input, guys, Priya and Sarah.
Yeah.
And well done, you rolled with the punches. Moving on, our next game is called Reverse Whatever. Now, why is it called Reverse Whatever? Because contrary to all the scenes you saw till now, this game will start with the last line of the scene as the opening line. And thereafter, it'll be like something on rewind. Everything will be played backwards. So the last line spoken, the line preceding that, till they arrive at a plausible beginning to where that scene could have started at. The characters who are going to be playing this scene are Pratik and Naima. Pratik and Naima, will you show yourselves? All right. Audience, I just explained to you that this is a game that's going to be played in reverse. So give me a context, give me a scene which you would like to see played back in reverse. Like it could be a graduation ceremony, or it could be a divorce, or it could be a first date, whatever. Give me suggestions in the chat box of scenes that you would like to see in reverse. Delivery order complaint. Okay. Minesh says delivery order complaint. All right. We'll consider that. Any other? Birth of first baby. Wife going to mom's house, says Aarti. First fight. Your friend stole your chemistry book, but it doesn't bother you. Mayank, I can see you have a serious problem with chemistry. We'll have to have a chat after this show. Don't worry. I've also had to deal with it for a while in my life. Okay, let's go with police chore. No, let's go with wife going to mom's house. All right? So, if that is the context, audience, if that is the context, wife, she's leaving and going to the mom's house. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. But if that is the context, then what do you think is the last line that is spoken in this scene? Let's see it in the chat box. What do you think is the last line of this scene? It's the wife leaving and going to her mother's house. What do you think would have been the last line being spoken? Pragnya says, will you marry me? The input is the wife leaving and going to the mother's house. So the wife is asking the husband again, will you marry me? Is it? Oh, wife is somebody else maybe. Who knows? See you after a month. I will never come back. Bye, sweetheart. You never call me. Keep it coming, guys. Let's see some more suggestions. What do you think could be a good last line to this? Where the wife, you are on your own. Give me the keys back. Don't forget to call the plumber. That's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going with that. Don't forget to call the plumber. All right? So the scene is wife leaving and going to the mother's home. The last line of the scene is don't forget to call the plumber. Naima and Pratik, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Don't forget to call the plumber. I'm going to my mom's place, and if you do not call him, I will take my dowry back.
Where do you think you're going?
Okay, darling, can you help me with these bags, please? I need to go sit in the cab downstairs.
Why are you packing? What's happening? At least talk to me.
Do you know where my kurta is, where my pajama is? I just can't find my things. Everything in this house is so messed up.
Honey, look what I bought. I bought flowers for you. And what's happening here? Why is everything in upheaval?
Nitesh, what are you carrying? I told you to get me cauliflower. What are you carrying?
Simran, आज lunch में क्या है?
आओ, मेरे Rahul. You don't care about this place, right? I told you I will not stay with you. I told you to call for a plumber 3 weeks ago. You did not, and you're dancing around.
Oh, I'm finally home. Today was a long day and it's the weekend. Simran, well
And
done.
scene. Good job, Rahima and Pratik and audience. That's what will happen if you end up buying the wrong flour for your wife. Pay attention, guys. Next time, pay attention. It's not just flour. It could be cauliflower, it could be sunflower, whatever is the flour. Don't mess it up. It can lead to disastrous consequences.
Or as simple as basin. You don't want a divorce over basin.
That was a game of reverse whatever, where you saw them played back in reverse. Actually, well done, Pratik and Naima. A good show. Moving on, the next game that we are going to play is forward reverse. You know, in the olden days when we had the VHS video cassettes, oops, I just revealed my age, sorry. But anyways, those video cassettes used to get stuck so much. And one of the quick fixes was, "Arey, forward karo, rewind karo, forward karo, rewind karo. It'll work." And it used to work. All right. So this is something like that. A scene is going to be played out, and somewhere in the middle, I'm going to call reverse. And then the players will have to play the scene back, backtracking everything that was said, but in the reverse order. Then again, I might call forward. Now they have to pick up from where I called out and work it forward. Now, it may happen that the scene will go past the point where I stopped it and called reverse. It may happen that it may go back and cross the point where I called forward also. The two players have to keep the scene going in whichever direction I have called them out to do it. All right? The ones who are going to be playing this game of forward reverse are Jatin and Jasmine. Jatin and Jasmine, are you guys ready? It's forward, reverse. So the trick is, guys, don't talk long sentences. You might trip over your own sentences. Remember? Okay? Okay, audience. These are the two players who are going to be playing this scene. Now, where in the world are these two players right now? Where do you think this scene is happening? Give me a non-geographical location. Don't say Antarctica, Alaska, and all that. A non-geographical location. Where do you think this scene is taking place? Okay, I'll help you. Give me an outdoors activity with a lot of noise and cheering, something like that. Tree house, Dubai Mall, parking lot, parking fight, stadium, amusement park. Okay, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Metro station. Cricket match, children's park, graveyard, a record room where they are practicing lyrics to a song. Interesting. Okay, guys, let's go with that. COVID vaccine line says Hashim Ali. That's also interesting. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Jasmine and Jay, the location is a queue for the COVID vaccine. You know, everywhere nowadays, there's a long wait for this vaccine, and people are feeling hot and tired and flustered, and they're getting so weary of it, but they still have to get it. This is your input. It's a COVID vaccine waiting line. The game is forward, reverse. Remember, short sentences. 3, 2, 1, begin.
It's so hot.
Waiting in this car is boring, darling.
Not exactly.
What's interesting you?
WhatsApp.
Reverse.
WhatsApp.
What's interesting you?
Not exactly.
It's boring in this car.
It's hot.
Forward.
It's hot.
Reverse.
It's hot.
Forward.
It's hot.
It's pouring inside this car, darling.
Not exactly.
And what's interesting you?
WhatsApp.
Yeah. WhatsApp.
Reverse.
Yeah. WhatsApp.
Forward.
Yeah. WhatsApp.
Reverse.
Yeah. WhatsApp. All the time.
WhatsApp.
And what's interesting you?
Not exactly.
It's pouring in this car, darling.
It's hot.
How long is this whole thing going to take?
Look at the line of cars ahead of us.
Forward.
Look at the line of cars ahead of us.
How long is this going to take?
It's hot.
It's
Reverse.
pouring in.
It's hot.
Forward.
It's hot.
Reverse.
It's hot.
Forward.
It's hot.
How long is this going to take? How long is this going to take? How long is this going to take?
Not exactly.
Do you think those guys there are actually sending cars according to appointment?
And scene. Guys, you all tripped over your own lines.
Absolutely tripped.
I forgot which was forward and reverse itself. The amount of times you said forward and reverse.
That was the
When
first
he
line.
stopped-
It's hot.
When he stopped,
hot.
it was like, was it reverse? Was it forward? What did he
I
stop
gave you
at?
I gave you two chances too.
Robert, you remember Jatin's favorite line, right? Karma is a...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll come back to you,
But
don't
Jatin,
worry.
a special mention to you. You did not let the heat die down with every time I called out. The hot remained hot throughout. Please give him a round of applause for that, audience. Audience, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a game of forward and reverse. And well done, Jatin and Jasmine. Moving on, our next game is going to be called Actor's Nightmare. Now, what's an actor's nightmare? That he or she will forget the lines in the play, right? Now, that's a nightmare. If they forget, what happens? How do we go about with the rest of the play that has to be still completed? So this is what is going to happen here. There's going to be one character in the middle of the scene, and that character is going to have two supporting players. Now, whatever is the input given to these character, to the central character in the scene, that character is going to be driving this scene. And the two supporting characters, whenever the central character speaks to them or says something to them or asks them a question, they will only respond by reading out random lines from a book. It can be a chemistry book, that's for you, Mayank. It can be any book, but they will just read out random lines from a book. Now, the person in the middle, he or she has to accept what was said, weave it into the narrative, justify it, and make it seem as though it's the right response to whatever was asked of that person. You got that? Now, the ones who are going to be playing this game are Naina and Manju. Naina and Manju, please reach out for a book that's closest to you and let the audience see what is this book that you're going to be reading out random lines from.
Just a second, I'll get it.
Walking with Tigers. Naina is reading Walking with Tigers. Okay, while the other book is being retrieved, the one who is going to play the central character is Jasmine. Okay, what's the book? Chetan Bhagat's?
The 3 mistakes of my life.
Chetan Bhagat only made 3 mistakes?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was more, tons more.
He
Anyways.
wrote all.
Okay, so Naina is going to read out from something about tigers, and Manju is going to be reading out from Chetan Bhagat's mistakes, and Jasmine, you are going to be the central character who's going to keep the scene going. Now, audience, I need your input here. What do you think is the relationship between these 3 people in the scene? How are they connected in this scene? Let's see it in the chat box. Siblings. Okay, that's all right. Siblings. Any other suggestions? Zookeepers. Teacher and student. Parents. Pranav says parents. Priya says they're waiting at the aircraft. School friends, says Shamili. School friends. Okay. Astronaut and base engineer, says Mahar. Let's go with that. That sounds interesting. So the scene is taking place where the characters are astronauts and base engineers. Now, I don't know how many astronauts are there and how many base engineers are there. I leave it to you, scene players. That's your input. It's a scene between astronauts and base engineers. The game is an actor's nightmare. Are you ready? Naina, your audio is muted. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hello. Hello, astronaut Naina and astronaut Manju. Can you hear me? Hello, astronaut Naina. What happened? You said something was coming against your ship. Well, what's the status? Please tell me. I can help you through.
Galileo flew in the face of powerful jet.
Yeah, Galileo failed. And I understand that you're saying it's a powerful jet. It looks very powerful. But why do you give me in such riddles? Astronaut Manju, are you there by the side of Naina? You have to turn on the control QQV.
First Goa, now Australia.
You can see Australia from there? Wow. No, but you have to first deroot yourself from that object. Pull the lever QQV. Can you hear me, Manju? Astronaut Manju.
Smoke came out from under the table.
Oh my God. There's smoke inside the spaceship? Astronaut Naina, what is Manju doing? I hope he's not on his tricks of cooking something in the ship.
Gold medal winning Paralympic athlete.
Oh my God, this astronaut is always obsessed with her Paralympic feats. Astronaut Naina, astronaut Manju, we all know, is so obsessed with eating. His funny bones are all, disappeared in this fat. But that's why you need to be careful that he does not cook anything inside the ship. Can you look under his chair, astronaut Naina? Can you look under his chair and tell me what is there?
Yeah, he judges people by attitude, then body shape.
Please, you don't peep into anything, Astronaut Nine. I only told you to look under his chair. You don't peep into anything and judge. Please, Astronaut Naina, can we save this ship? I'll get fired. Astronaut Manju, has the smoke died down from under your chair?
70,000.
70,000 what? 70,000 what? Is it the distance from the object? Or is it the heat inside your ship? Astronaut Manju, what is 70,000? I'll get fired, please.
We will wait for Australian team to come.
Oh my, don't. Please pull the lever QQV. Astronaut Nina, you at least punch in the Q button and the X button. That will deroute your spaceship. He's waiting for the Australian team. I don't know what Australia has done to his head. He sees Australia and he's waiting for the Australian team. Astronaut
I
Nina,
can see he has no legs.
what? Is that what? He has no legs? I know. Astronaut Nina, are you wearing your specs properly?
And scene. Well done, astronauts and base engineers. Well done. I'm sure that the mission was an absolute disaster. Those two astronauts did not survive.
I lost my job.
Base engineer Jasmine, I hope you're looking around for another job as fast as you can.
Hope mission.
Well done, Naina and Manju. Nice lines you supplied to the base engineer, and the base engineer handled the situation quite well. Audience, I hope you enjoyed that. That was an actor's nightmare. Just imagine if something like this happens to you when you are actually in the middle of a play. Well, this is how you handle it. You just now saw how it's done, and this is what you do. Moving on, let's play another game called. Which one shall we choose? Okay. This is something that we came up with just recently. It's called 4 pieces. 4 pieces. What is the aim of this game? It's going to be a 2-person scene, all right? And in this 2-person scene, I am going to be taking 4 totally disconnected random inputs from you, the audience. And we will put it in the chat box. And then I will give them an input to start the scene. The scene will begin. And it is now the onus of the 2 players to somehow use all those 4 random inputs into the scene and justify it and make it seem all believable. Got that? So I'm going to be taking 4 inputs from you, all random inputs, vague inputs. We'll put it on the chat box. The 2 players will start the scene, and they now have to justify and include all those 4 inputs and make the scene understandable for us, the audience. The ones who are going to be doing this are Pratik and Naima. Pratik and Naima, show yourselves. Yes, I got that. The green is on. Okay, Pratik and Naima, you 2 guys are going to be playing this game of 4 pieces. Audience, let's see your responses in the chat box. Give me any disease of the intestines. Any disease of the intestines. Let's see it in the chat box. Constipation. Okay. Constipation. Intestinal fever. That sounds like a Latin disease. Diarrhea. Worms. IBS. What is IBS, Sonali? Intestinitis. Intestinitis. Hashim, I'll have to have a private chat with you to find out. I've never heard of intestinitis. Okay. Intestinitis, IBS, reverse intestinal pizza. I'm going with that. Mayank, thank you so much. It's reverse intestinal pizza. Naima, you got that? Okay,
I think
that's number one.
Mayank loves biology more than chemistry. Look at that.
Okay. So it's reverse intestinal pizza.
Are you sure it's not a kind of pizza though?
It's a
Doesn't
pizza.
matter.
Yeah,
He's just dropping a hint.
yes.
Doesn't matter. And tell me, audience, tell me a really, really funny line you heard when you were in school, which you still remember after all these years, if you're as old as I am. A line which you heard in school, which is so funny for you still. Sonali, thank you for the expansion of IBS. Am I talking to the walls? Don't dig your nose. This is a classroom, not a fish market. Pin drop silence. Who is talk? Life is easy after you complete 10th grade. My dad burned my homework. You heard that in school. Keep it coming, guys. Something. Keep boys at arm's distance. Keep boys at arm's distance. Both the three of you. There is ketchup in your hair. Dog peed on my books. Really? Pranav? Don't dig your classroom, not a fish market. Who is talk? Pit drop silence. My dad burned my homework. Stand up on the bench. Open the window. Let the Air Force come in. Okay, let's go with stand up on the bench. Oh no, let's go with open the window. Let the Air Force come in. All right, Naima? Open the window. Let the Air Force come in. Cool. And now, audience, give me any word in a foreign language. That means it should not be in English. It should not be in Hindi. It should not be in Tamil. It should not be in Malayalam. Any word in any other language. No Malayalam, Tamil, English. Vamos.
There are other languages as well?
Ni hao. Mabuhe. Wanderlust. España. Okay, let's go with Mabuhe. All right? Mabuhe is your third input. And audience, give me the name of a mathematical equation which you still remember from your school days or college days. The name of a mathematical equation. For those of you who can still remember. How come Pythagoras is the number one thing everybody answers whenever I ask this question? Pythagoras, a square. Ajita says a square plus. That's a mathematical equation for Ajita. No wonder. Ajita, I hope maths was not your major. Algebra, a plus b plus ab is equals to a plus b square. I'll go with that. A plus b plus ab is equals to whatever that is. Let me go back to a plus b square. Yeah. So a plus b plus ab is equals to a plus b square. You got that? Naima and Pratik? That is your 4 inputs. There it is. So it's reverse intestinal pizza. Open the window, let the Air Force come in. Mabu hai, and a plus b plus ab is equals to a plus b square. All right, audience, you also can see what the 4 inputs are which Naima has just entered in the chat box. Now, if these are the 4 inputs that they have to somehow utilize in their scene, give me an input which is totally disconnected in any way from all these 4 inputs. What can you think of? What do you think? Beach. Okay. This scene is taking place at a beach. All right? Tailoring shop measurements. Tailoring shop measurements. Lego music instruments. Lego office. Zoo. Railway station. Actually, Aarti, tailoring shop measurements sounds very interesting. Let's go with, I'm changing the input, it's not beach, it's measurements being taken in a tailoring shop. That is your input. Got that? The game is 4 pieces. You have your 4 inputs there in the chat box. Pratik and Naima, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Madam, हाथ उठाओ. I need to measure your neck.
और क्या बात करते हो? आप पहले मेरा सूट तो बना दो, बाद में बाकी सब measurements everything will take care later.
अरे, if I don't take your measurements rightly, the suit will look like a pajama.
Oh, what are you talking about? You don't know my husband, Chadda ji. He's very famous. He will fix everything. Don't worry.
How will he fix? He knows algebra. A plus B plus plus A B is equal to A plus B plus square or whatever. No, tailoring में ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Oh, Taylor साहब, मैं बता रही हूँ, he is a genius. Yesterday we ordered a pizza. It was reverse intestinal pizza, and he forwarded it some way. Too good. मेरा तो पला हो गया उससे शादी करके.
Oh, पिज्जा खा के आए हो तभी तुमने छोड़ दिया. Open the window. Let the air force come in. Chotu, open the window, Chotu.
Oh, hello. Please, there are other people as well. I come from a very tip-top family. Okay, मैं सुबह ही गुची के हैंड वॉश से बॉडी वॉश से नहा के आई हूँ.
Hand wash से नहा के आए हो तभी you smell like वो क्या कहते हैं ना, what was that language? Some African language. In that, when things are rotten, they say that is mabuhe. You smell like mabuhe.
Oh, Taylor साहब, मबूबे होगा तो अरब पे हो.
Scene. Good job, guys. Good job. 4 random inputs which had no connection to each other and the scene, and you managed to weave it in. Yes, Pratik.
Now that everybody is here, can I just add a statement?
Yes.
Aarti, you're dead. I thought you're one of us.
What's happening?
Who comes up with this input?
Yeah, that was Aarti at her best. Thank you so much for that very creative input, Aarti. It really gave us a great game. Okay, now we are going to, in Toastmasters, most of you here, I take it at Toastmasters, and in Toastmasters, we are encouraged to be specific in our communication. Don't be general. If you really want to get your message across, you have to be very, very specific about what is the message you're trying to convey. If you are just general and here and there and everywhere, then you might be sending the wrong message to your listeners, and that's not what you want. So this game that we are going to play is all about being specific, and more specific. Got that? So it's going to be a 2-player scene. Based on your inputs, the scene will begin. Somewhere in the middle of the scene, I will call out more specific. And when I say more specific, then the person who spoke the last line has to now elaborate on whatever he or she said. So for example, if the last line spoken was, "This pizza is too hot for me to eat," and I say more specific, they would then say something like, "This pizza is so hot that my fingers are getting burnt." And if I say more specific, "This pizza is so hot that the plastic table cover is starting to melt." And the scene goes on and on in this manner, where whenever they are called on, they have to become more specific about what they have just spoken. To play this game, I'm going to call Francis. Francis, are you there? I think you're muted, Francis. I can't hear you. I heard you from the other room, but I didn't hear you on the speakers.
Yes.
All right, Francis. Now, Francis and Pratik, you two guys are going to be playing this round. It's more specific. All right? Okay, audience. If The game is more specific. Give me a subject that you would really like to dig into and know more about. Mayank, don't say chemistry. Murder. Art of doing nothing. Nuclear physics, says Ajit. Nuclear physics is one choice. Uh, girls are always ready in 5 minutes. Oh, Anisa wants to delve into that subject. Why did the chicken cross the road? Okay. Okay, I'm going with nuclear physics. All right. So Francis and Pratik, your input is nuclear physics. Nuclear physics is your input. I don't know what about nuclear physics is going to transpire in the scene, but be ready. I will call out more specific at some random point, and I expect you to give us a detailed explanation. Are you ready? Okay. The game is more specific. Your input is nuclear physics. 3, 2, 1, action.
So, Francis, you know who I am. I am Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. I have been a nuclear physicist in this in this college for last 20 years. And I will be monitoring your experiment. What do you have?
More specific.
I will be monitoring this experiment that you're doing on nuclear physics.
Well, Professor, this year what I thought was we will start sending with the nuclear rockets plants into space, because space on the Earth is getting over. So I thought we should expand into the space and start, farming up in space.
More specific.
I don't want to.
You see, everywhere real estate is getting really costly. We can't have so much of buildings and no food to eat, So I thought we should start sending our plants up into space, start growing more stuff, because there's a hell of a lot of planets up there. Just send hope to Mars.
I don't want to disappoint you, Francis. You are an intern here, but I think we should give space to space. We have had enough of that.
So what do you suggest, Professor? Because I've really been spending a lot of sleepless nights on this project.
More specific.
Well, Professor, I have been learning everything about nuclear physics and how I can use nuclear physics to make the plants grow fast. Like Jack on the Beanstalk. You heard about Jack on the Beanstalk? He was using nuclear physics. How else do you think the plant grew so fast? So, I have planned.
Francis, I'm sorry. I think we onboarded you without seeing your CV. Are you a zoologist or you're a physicist? Why are you so interested in plants? There are better things that we nuclear scientists have to do.
Because we cannot survive without plants. We all need food. It's the food that makes us grow.
We all need hope, said our everybody. We all need hope in life, Francis. Do not give
More
up.
specific.
When I was, damn it, we all need good hope in life. Good hope in life, because
more specific.
We all need good hope and money in life. That's the only thing that matters.
And see. I'm sorry, Pratik. I could not resist it.
I like the zoologist working on plants.
What do you think, audience? Do you think that they did justice to that tricky input that we gave them?
Super.
I thought they did quite well. Good job, Francis and Pratik. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good one, Francis.
And
This was the best line.
the next game that we're going to play This is called alphabet soup. Again, it's going to be a two-person scene. And we are going to ask, I'm going to ask from you, the audience, to give me a opening line and a closing line. All right? So I'm going to take it from you. And whatever is the alphabet with which the opening line begins. So for example, if the opening line says, that man is a pig. That's the opening line, for example. So that starts with the word, that sentence starts with the word that, and the word starts with T. So T is the alphabet with which the scene begins. And thereafter, the two characters have to speak every other sentence, every successive sentence, by starting it with the next successive letter of the alphabet. So after T comes U, followed by V, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and back to A, B, C, until they reach the closing statement, whichever is the letter that begins with. So if the first opening statement started with T, and the closing line starts with, say, F. So from T till F, the two characters will play the scene, and at F, they will end with that last line that is already given to them. All right? So this is called alphabet soup. The two characters are going to be playing this are actually, they are both teachers. One teaches in a school, the other teaches adults how to be better adults. So put your hands together to welcome Priya and Rashmi for this game. Priya and Rashmi, welcome. The game is alphabet soup. Now, audience, let's have an opening line. What do you think is the opening line in this scene? Enough is enough means enough. The lady forgot her kids at the mall. Cause I said so. My opinions may have changed, but not the fact that I am right. Good one. I'll go with that. Okay, that is the opening line of the scene. My opinions may have changed, but not the fact that I am right. So M. Now audience, if M is going to be the first letter of the alphabet with which the scene is going to start, what do you think could be a closing line to this scene? Don't say N. Then the scene will finish in two sentences. Xerox this copy, please. No, even that is too close, Aarti. MNOPQRSTUVWX. Okay. Xerox this copy, please. Let's go with that. Or buzz. Buzz. Lousiest vada ever. Oh my God, Hashim. You want them to do a complete trip round the entire list of alphabets. Okay. Let's go with, could you take the dog for a walk? That's the last line of the scene. Okay. The first line is, my opinions may have changed, but not the fact that I am right. The last line is, could you take the dog for a walk? All right. That's the last line. You got that, Priya and Rashmi? Great. The game is, what's the game? I forgot.
Alphabet soup.
Alphabet soup. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, begin.
My opinions may have changed, but not the fact that I was right.
Now, Mom. Just because you have some kind of an opinion, I'm telling you, it is okay today to copy in exams.
Opinions cannot change over time.
Please calm down first. Just try and understand what I'm trying to tell you now.
Quiet! Young woman, you do not follow the family values?
Really? Family values? What kind of family values you were talking about? Our uncle is in jail. That day I saw a father getting something from the office, stealing something from the office. What family values?
Shanti, I can't hear all this.
True, you can't hear this, right? When I'm talking about other adults, you can only talk about me.
Understand, this is not a normal family. We are a Gunda family, but we still have values.
Values? What values? Copying is a value only, in a Gunda family. That's what I copied in exam.
What a waste. I have wasted my time raising this. You don't copy, you don't write answers in our family. Give blank paper. Then I'm proud of you.
Xerox copies I took to the exam hall, and I was only writing. I didn't know that you're not supposed to give exam only.
Yesterday only I was reading your family relics, no? You still don't remember? Waste man you are.
Zippity doo, zippity die. The music was playing at that time. So I was only listening to the music. Who listens to your quack? Always yelling.
Always yelling. This is the value of a Gunda mother, a Gunda father, a Gunda grandparent.
Bas, Mama. I'm really, really sorry I upset you. What can I do to make you feel better?
Could you take the dog out for a walk?
And scene. Good job, Priya and Rashmi. Not bad. You set off with the given line and you successfully managed to complete with the given line, though they were both poles apart. Audience, please give them a round of applause. I think they navigated that game very well, very well. And now, the whole exercise of this event, the whole point, the purpose of this event was not just for showing you all the fun and games, but also to share with you a few tips about how you too can exercise that funny bone, the humor muscle of yours, and try and become a little bit more humorous than what you already are in your daily life. Now, I'm not assuming that all of you are not humorous. I'm sure there are many of you who are quite humorous in your daily life. Now, this is for those who find humor to be a challenge. A disclaimer, whatever that I'm going to be sharing with you now, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you are going to become humor champions. As anything else, even humor, you have to work at it. It's a do-do thingy. It doesn't happen like that. All right? Admin, Zoom Master, can I share screen? Do I have permission? Okay, I'm going ahead.
You are the co-host.
All right. There it is. Can you see my slides? Give me a thumbs up with your reactions if you do. Okay. Let's try and see how we can find humor in our everyday life. The first rule to start becoming humorous in your life is to start paying attention. Now, what do I mean by start paying attention? Does it mean that there's humor all around you and you're missing it? Yes and no. When I say start paying attention to the tiny details of everyday life around you.
Robert, you're muted.
Yeah. Okay. So you would have heard this line, the devil is in the details. The same way, humor is also in the everyday details of life. Humor is not just confined to that once in a blue moon explosion of laughter and fun. There's little things happening around you, which if you start paying attention to it, you will then start to become more and more observant. You will start to notice what is it that tickles your funny bone. If you don't know what is it that tickles your funny bone, how will you then start to work on becoming more humorous? All right. So look around you, become more aware, become more observant of things that are happening around you. Don't be too lost with the phone and social media and the demands of work. Rather, open your eyes, open your ears, and start paying attention to what is going on around you. And you will pick up a lot of inputs with which you can start to work on your humor. The second is, and why is it not working? Notice what makes you chuckle. Only if you start paying attention to the things that are happening every day around you, you will start becoming aware of those things which make you chuckle. It starts with a chuckle before you really get to the rip-roaring laughter part. So start being really observant and curious about everyday things that happen around you, and start making a note of all the things that make you chuckle. Once you have that, try to see more of that. Go in search of more of those things so that it then becomes second nature for you to start laughing. Being humorous is not about always what will that other person find funny, how can I make that other person laugh. It's about first making yourself laugh. It's about you finding things humorous. And whatever you find humorous naturally and you start laughing naturally at it, laughter, as you know, is contagious. And when it's not feigned, when it's honest laughter, believe me, it's infectious. People around you will pick up. And they too will respond in kind by laughing and chuckling to what you're saying and doing. So start noticing the things that make you chuckle and see if you can observe more of that and make it more and more part of your daily life. Then, next one, ad-lib your own responses. How many of you watch funny comedy TV serials? Give me a thumbs up. I can see it in the reactions column. Go take recordings of your favorite TV serials, all right? Especially the scenes where the punchlines come. Play it over and over and over. Stop it just before the punchline comes and come up with your own punchline to it. It need not be the same as what is there in the screen. Come up with your own punchline. Pay some attention to it and think of what could be a funnier response, an alternative response. Try it out with your friends and relatives and people you trust, people who won't just con you. It works. The more you do this, the more and more you'll start to realize what is that elusive thing that actually turns a line into a punchline. And you will get better and better with your responses in conversation, in repartee. And soon people will start noticing, hey, this chap has become quite witty. He was not like this before. Not bad. And the wittier you get, you're more welcomed. All right? So try this. Your favorite TV serials, your favorite portions where the punchlines come in, stop it, and you put in your own punchlines. Try it out with your family and friends and see how they respond. So that's what I mean by ad-lib your own responses. Next, spend time with humorous people. People who you find are naturally funny and they always are able to see the funnier side of things. Spend time with them. If you say, oh, there's nobody like that in my life, then on Sundays, come to DIT Open Jammings. We are crazy on Sunday evenings and it's open. Anybody can join. The more you spend time with funny, humorous people, it starts to rub off on you. Humor is also a kind of a virus. So it starts to get infectious. You start to get feeling bubbly. You start to, the muscles here start to crinkle the other side instead of working with gravity. And soon you'll find that you too have lightened up. So try and spend time with humorous people. And learn to laugh at yourself. If you're so serious and stuck in the mud that you cannot laugh at yourself, it's going to be very difficult to get people to laugh with you. People generally like a person who can laugh at his or her own mistakes. You're giving them permission to not just laugh at you, but also laugh with you. Because ultimately, that's what we want to achieve with a sense of humor, to get people to laugh with us. And why is that important? Because whenever you can get someone to laugh with you, in a way, you have already won over their point of view to your point of view, and they are agreeing with you. So, learn to laugh at yourself. All right? This is a rule that we follow religiously in all our improv sessions. It's yes and. What do I mean by yes and? This is not just for improv, friends. Really, believe me. Yes and is a golden principle which I urge all of you to practice every day of your life. It is being that kind of a person, approachable. When someone comes up to you with an idea, or when someone comes up to you to share something about their own personal life, a weakness which they are grappling with, and you don't know what to do about it, and so you just say, no, I don't have the time for it. Oh, I have to leave for work. Oh, I have to go there. I'm getting a call. If you do this, if you are this kind of person who blocks people who come to share things with you, or who come to ask you for advice, how much longer do you think you will have people coming up to you asking for advice or wanting to share their problems? Believe me, if on the other hand you say yes to whatever they bring to you, listen, pay attention, and then you add something that could be of value to the subject being discussed, and you make this a habit of yes-anding people's ideas, situations, soon you will find that you've become a people magnet. People will naturally be attracted to come to you because somehow they have perceived that this chap, this girl, she's such an agreeable person, and he's always encouraging, and they always add some value to whatever we share with them. So let's go back to them. And why is that important when it comes to humor? Because what's the point of you being the most humorous person in the world if nobody wants to have anything to do with you? Become a yes and person. I'm not saying that you yes and everything that comes your way. That's impossible. But definitely you can yes and far more than what you are doing at the moment. All right? So become a yes and person. And the last rule, which is another golden rule, which is a corollary to yes and, is make your screen partner look good. That's what we teach in improv. We teach our players that it's not about you grabbing all the limelight in any scene or game that you play. It's about you trying your best to lift up your partner in the scene. It's about you giving your partner whatever support you can to make your partner look good. Now, what happens if you do that, if you can achieve that? The whole team wins, because the scene is not just about you or about your partner. It's about the two of you all. It's about the three of you all. It's about the whole team. And whenever you achieve this of making your partner look good, everybody wins. And you might be asking, yeah, but that's for scenes, that's for games. How does it translate into my daily life? Every conversation that you have with another is a scene in a way. Every relationship that you have in life, and in those relationships, the interactions that you have, they're all scenes. So imagine you start being this kind of person who people like to come up with and engage with because you make them feel good. What do you think is going to happen to your popularity? What do you think is going to happen to your attractiveness stakes? People are going to come to you like a magnet. They're like the proverbial flies to the honey. And that's because you have now given up your urge to be all about me, I. And you are willing to make the other look good. And then people will start coming to you. Why is this important again for humor? For the simple reason that I gave earlier. What's the point if you think you're the most funniest person in the whole world, and the whole world does not want to have anything to do with you. You'll die all alone. Okay? So even if you don't remember anything else, remember these last two golden rules. Be a yes and person and strive to make your partner look good. With that, I'll end this presentation and we'll go on to play games with the audience. All right? Any reactions? Any thumbs up? Are you all there? Ah, okay. Thank God. I thought in the middle I had lost you. Hang on. We are going to play a game. This is the last game that we're going to play. It's called String of Pearls. You've all seen a string of pearls? Maybe not all, maybe some. A string of pearls is a beautiful thing when it's beaded perfectly with the size of the beads, the graduation being correct in size from the beginning to the end. It's so beautiful to look at. So the same way, we are going to be weaving a story told in a random fashion. The story is not going to start at the beginning. Neither is it going to start at the end. It may start at the beginning, it may start at the end, it may start right in the middle. Now, the tricky thing about this story is that there may be 8 or 10 people coming together to weave this story, and neither one of them knows or has a clue what the story is going to be all about. The story is going to take shape all on its own only because the players are going to be employing the golden rule of yes and making your screen partner look good. Now, all the DIT members who are here today are going to be playing this game. I invite one person from the audience to come and be a part of this. Anybody from the audience who wants to be a part of this, I invite you to come. And Mayank has put up his hand immediately. Okay, I invite Mayank to come and take part in this. All DIT members, please switch on your videos and audios. All right. Mayank, I will explain the way this game is to be played. Each person gets to say one sentence of the story. That's it. Just one sentence. All right? And starting with the first sentence that is spoken, the others who will follow will either come before the sentence or after the sentence in such a manner that brick by brick, bead by bead, the story will start to take shape. And every time a new input is added, we will replay the story from the beginning to the end so that the rest of the audience can see how the story is beginning to form. All right? Cool? So Mayank, since you're going to be playing this game for the first time, you will be the one to give the opening sentence. Now, when I say opening sentence, it need not be the beginning of the story. It's just that yours will be the first sentence to begin with, but it need not be the beginning of the story. You got that?
Okay.
All right. Now, Mayank, another tip. Don't give a long sentence because you'll have to keep repeating your sentence as the story is taking shape. So you might have a tendency to trip over your words or you might forget what you said. So keep it as a short sentence.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. DIT members, are you ready? So whenever whoever wants to comment, give me a thumbs up and I will invite you to comment. Cool? Okay, let's begin. Mayank, what is your first line?
Hello, doctor. My friend got reverse intestinal pizza. We were studying about a plus AB equals a plus b square, and suddenly it happened. What do you mean? Mathematical
Mayank.
Yeah.
we have many people left to tell the story. Don't finish the story all on your own. So let's go with the first line that you spoke. Doctor, my friend has, what is that?
Got reverse intestinal pizza.
Yeah, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza syndrome. Let's go with that. All right? Doctor, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza syndrome. Okay, DIT. Who's coming up next? Manju, before or after?
Before.
Okay.
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Mayank, can you repeat your line?
Doctor, help, doctor, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza.
Very good. Who's coming next? Priya, before or after?
After.
After?
After Mayank.
After Mayank. Okay.
When did you discover this?
When did you discover this? Manju, begin again.
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Mayank?
Help, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza.
Priya?
When did you discover this?
Who's next? Jasmine, before or after?
Muted.
Before Mayank. All right.
Okay, Mayank. Do you think anybody else has the same syndromes?
Okay. Manju, repeat.
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Jasmine?
Okay, Mayank. Do you think anybody else has the same syndromes?
Mayank?
Help, doctor, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza.
Priya?
Priya, you're muted.
When did you discover this?
Who's next? Rashmi, before or after?
Before Manju.
Before Manju.
Mayank and Manju visited the doctor.
Manju?
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Jasmine?
Okay, Mayank. Do you know anybody else who has the same syndrome?
Mayank?
Help, doctor, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza.
Priya?
When did you discover this?
Who's next? Sarah, before or after?
Before Rashmi,
Before Rashmi. All right.
it was a hot, sultry afternoon.
It was a hot, sultry afternoon. Rashmi?
Mayank and Manju visited the doctor.
Manju?
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Yes.
Help,
Okay,
doctor.
Mayank. No. Okay, Mayank. Do you know anybody else who has the same symptoms? Syndrome.
Help, doctor, my friend has got reverse intestinal pizza.
When did you discover this?
It was a hot, sultry afternoon.
So that was the beginning. You've already
No,
said.
that was the beginning. We need somebody.
Who's next? Naima.
After Saira,
After Sarah. Okay.
Mayank and Manju were having a pizza when suddenly Manju started screaming.
Okay. Sarah?
It was a hot, sultry afternoon.
Mayank and Manju were having a pizza, and all of a sudden, Manju started screaming.
Mayank and Manju visited the doctor.
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Help, doctor, my
Jasmine.
friend has got...
Jasmine.
Okay, Mayank. Do you know anybody else who has the same syndrome?
Help, doctor, my friend has gone reverse intestinal pizza.
Priya.
When did you discover this?
Jatin.
Before Manju.
Before Manju.
Yeah. By the way, did you finish all the formalities and your registration?
Sarah?
It was a hot, sultry afternoon.
Naima?
Manju and Mayank were having a pizza when suddenly Manju started screaming.
Mayank and Manju visited the doctor.
Doctor, I filled the application form for
Oh,
my brother. For
Jatin.
my brother.
Jatin.
Oh, yes.
By the way, have you finished all formalities and the procedures?
Doctor, I filled the application form for my brother.
Jasmine.
Okay, Mayank, do you know anybody else who has the same syndrome?
Mayank?
Help, doctor. My friend has gone reverse intestinal pizza.
When did you discover this?
Francis. Francis, we didn't hear you.
After Priya.
After Priya.
Okay.
This happened right when we started having a party after the reverse walking race.
Vera.
It was a hot, sultry afternoon.
Manju and Mayank were having a pizza when suddenly Manju started screaming.
Mayank and Manju visited the doctor.
Doctor asked, have you finished all the formalities and procedures?
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Okay, Mayank, do you know anybody else who has the same syndrome?
Help, doctor. My friend has gone reverse intestinal pizza.
Priya?
When did you discover this?
This happened right as we were having a party after the reverse walking race.
Who's coming next? Yes, Pratik. Before, after?
After Francis. Oh, party under this quarantine restrictions, said the doctor, and that's how Manju and Mayank ended up in the jail.
Okay, let's hear the whole story now.
It was a hot, sultry afternoon.
Manju and Mayank were having pizza when suddenly Manju started screaming.
Mayank and Manju visited the doctor.
Doctor asked, have you finished all the formalities and procedure?
Doctor, I filled the application for my brother.
Okay, Mayank, do you know anybody else who has the same syndrome?
Help, doctor. My friend has gone reverse intestinal pizza.
When did you discover this?
This happened just as we were having a party after the reverse walking race.
Oh, party under quarantine restrictions, said the doctor, and that's how Manju and Mayank landed up in the jail.
And that's a beautiful story. Well done, well done. Audience, there you saw the principles of yes and making your screen partner look good being demonstrated for you in real time. In the way this story was woven from the beginning till the end with no one having any clue which was going to be the beginning, which was going to be the middle, and which was going to be the end. But in the end, it all turned out just fine. Of course, not for Mayank and Manju. They're still in jail. But let's hope that things get better for them. I hope, audience, that you enjoyed what we demonstrated for you this evening, all the games that we played for you. And I hope that, yeah, Rashmi.
Robert, final thing with you and Pratik again with Naima coordinating it. We haven't seen you in action.
Okay, I was just looking at the time. We're already in red. Let's ask Division B, Mr. Pragnya.
We would absolutely love to see Robert in action. We can stay for a longer time.
Okay, cool. So then, let me check. I did have a game for me here. Where is that?
No. This is a game we are picking for you.
Yeah, we have already.
Improvisation.
Go ahead.
I have an interesting twist. How about putting somebody else with Robert?
No, we don't.
We haven't been seeing you much, Pratik, so we need you and Robert.
Yes.
So, people, should we go with questions earlier? Should we use the no using the N or P or S word?
Not boring names.
Questions only.
Any other suggestions?
Questions.
What about reverse
Not you,
forward?
Pratik.
Naima?
Yeah.
What about reverse forward?
Oh, yeah.
How about I think the best game is Pillars. I would say that.
Okay, you have an input.
No reverse forward with Robert.
Yeah, let's take Pillars audience,
Yeah, let's take
two people
audience.
from the audience.
Sure, let's do that. Any volunteers? I need 2 volunteers. Should we get Mahar and Vinod?
Yeah.
Mahar, are you there?
I like how the volunteers
I'm
volunteer
here.
themselves.
Yay! Hi. And Vinod, can you speak?
Yes, yes, yes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes, I can speak.
All right. So Mahar, please
for
be the
volunteering.
pillar. Are you driving? Are you safe, Mahar?
Yeah. I'm
You're-
So can I just add?
Parked. Perfect.
It's a pleasure to have you two here. You guys are amazing. I am big
Yeah,
fan.
yeah. He's just
I don't know
binding
which
you
one
guys
of you
up.
is gonna be my pillar.
Do not fall for his tricks.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Prateek,
right.
nice try, nice try.
Yeah. I always admired Vinod Panikkar for the amount of books that he reads, and Mahar for
You
the.
don't get to complete that sentence because Mahar is your pillar. Vinod, you're the pillar for Prateek, okay?
Vinod, use
Okay.
Malayalam words.
Yeah, make it so difficult that he can't pronounce it. Please.
Mahar,
Alright.
remember that you and I did our first improv workshop together 3 years ago. Our bond goes back all the way till then, okay? Just a
Raat
reminder.
gayi, baat gayi.
Vinod, I have a tattoo that says Vinod Panikkar. It's only for you. It's very specific. Vinod Panikkar, Division B.
An unmarried guy telling me this, I am afraid now.
All right. Let's have some input, audience. How about what's your favorite dessert? It can be from anywhere in the world.
Wadi Al Safa.
Gulab jamun, gulab jamun.
Oh, dessert. Oh.
You wait till the scene is on, not now. Tiramisu,
Cheesecake.
cheesecake. Okay.
Adapradamam.
I'll use that. Adapradaman.
Adapradhaman.
Pradaman.
Adapradaman. Okay.
Hey guys, my pillar can't even say that word, yaar. Come on.
You say the word, don't want the pillar.
Yeah. Okay, so Robert's pillar is Mahar, Prateek's pillar is Vinod. Everybody else, let's switch off our video. And the input is da 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 da. You get it? Robert and Prateek.
Robert, brace
Adapradhaman.
yourself.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. This is pillars for you.
Arey, sweetheart, today in office, my Mallu colleague brought one sweet. He said this is specialty of the Mallus, and it went into my mouth, but I couldn't say the name of that sweet. Some Ada Bada Bada Bada. Mahar?
Bharatnatyam.
Bharatnatyam. That's what I was doing after I had one mouth of it. It was so good. Unbelievable. Have you heard of this Ada Prada?
Of course, I have heard. I am a Malayali. I think the biggest mistake I've done in my life is not marrying to a Malayali. Vinod?
Savari Giri Giri.
Savari Giri Giri. You come, I will beat you like anything. You come once to Kochi, then I'll teach you.
Darling, how bad of you. Being a Mallu, not once did you make for me that excellent sweet. How could you, Mahar?
And then there were none.
And then there were none. Once I had the first mouth, there was nothing left for the rest of my colleagues. It was so good. You've been depriving me of this all these 15 years of our marriage.
Hello, Robert. Don't put it on me. Every time I ask you, what do you want to have for dinner? What do you say? Ranta chapati, moon parota, uri beef curry. It's my mistake, Robert. Vinod.
Kochi is not the old Kochi now.
Kochi is not the old Kochi now. I've been staying with you for 15 years, you said, right? Yeah, 15 years. This is not old Kochi that you married into. This is new. Cochin.
You're right. Kochi is not old Kochi now. Kochi used to be Kochi 15 years ago. Now it has become a big buchi. Mahar.
COVID test. COVID set. COVID test.
Scene.
COVID.
I was so speechless. She forgot her input.
Thank you, guys.
Amazing,
Thank
amazing,
you.
guys.
Thank you
I
so much.
Thank you
guys.
very much. Thank you, thank you.
Great
thank you.
inputs, Mahar and Vinod. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Audience, I hope you enjoyed that. I too got a chance to play. Thank you for that. And audience, we leave you with what you saw and heard us do. It's not difficult. Become a yes and person and try and make the partners in your life look good. Can be difficult at times. I've been there. But when you give up, you get more.
Jazz is like.
With that, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster Najla. Pin drop silence.
Good evening. I cannot stop laughing. That's why my camera was off. If you see me laughing, like I don't know what will happen. Thank you so much, DIT. When Pragnia told me days ago that we are preparing for this, I said, "Are you sure, DIT? Okay, that is nice." Okay, just before I go on, I would like to ask our district director, Harish Krishnan, our big boss, to say his word, please.
Big boss. I like
Yeah,
that.
oh, big boss. I'm always calling him. Where are you?
Thank you, Najla. I think you gave me one promotion just like that without any election. Thank you for that. Thank you for the free ride. I'm just still at division another 5 more months. Just keep me alive till then, please. Actually, anything. When do we add a value to something? Let's say you're full, stomach full, and somebody extends you a burger. You won't value that, right? But imagine you skipped your lunch, and by 4 o'clock somebody gives you a burger. That has such a value than gold, right? So today's session, when so much of negativity, anxiety, you don't know what's going to happen, what all are going to close down, there's nothing positive here, and this is exactly more vital than the COVID vaccine at the moment. I think this is a need of the hour, I believe, and this really created some, internal refresh to us, and especially being a Thursday weekend, it also pumped up, for the next 2 days. And I think Robert, as we all know, he's our what is it? A humorous PhD in humor. So we cannot expect anything less than this. And already the team is so well, oiled machinery. So you cover each other's and you know how to deliver a package, and that's a wonderful. And I think I should thank Pragnya for thinking along these lines and giving a big lecture on what is humor, and people just forget and go. So this was really a practical session. Wonderful, excellent. Thank you all. Over to you, Najla.
Thank you, big boss, again. And I give you promotion anyway. I know that you will be there, inshallah, next time. Okay, so DIT, thank you so much. I was really amazed, and I did not stop laughing the whole time I'm driving the car. You will be surprised. I was driving the car since we started the session until just half an hour ago. I get home. I attended the whole session, and my friend, when we started, she said, "What are you listening? What is this? All this crazy kind of life?" I said, "And you will know what is it. You will be infected with that. Not with COVID, of course, huh?"
Thank God.
Okay, so what I learned today, that is my sentence that I never heard. That's a new thing to me, to be a people magnet. Then when I think about it, when you were saying it, Robert, yes, I am somehow people magnet, because they used to call me in the office unique limited edition. So I'm the only one. I am the only one there, and the only one who's named there, Najla, and nobody else. And everybody's looking for me, either in a bad or a good thing, either in a trap or creating a trouble. So I'm always there. Imagine. So thank you so much for making that in sentence. So thank you so much again for the IT team. Thank you so much for our Division B, our beautiful Bragnia Vinegar. Sorry. Yani I'm missing again and again my pronunciation, sorry. But anyway, our beautiful director, division, our division director again, Mr. Harish. Hopefully next time we will be the district soon, inshallah. Um, Director, Area 21 Director, Toastmaster Anita. Sorry, I'm just reading it because I'm not good in the areas and divisions. My memory, I'm getting old late, guys. Okay, Toastmaster Muniba, Area 22 Director, DTM Shan Bragnia, help. I don't want to be wrong.
You're doing fine.
I think the show was over.
Difficult name, sorry.
Area 20 Director Toastmaster Anita, Area 21 Director Dr. Muniba Ali, Area 22 Director DTM Shanmugam. Go on, Ajna.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And thank you also to the team tonight. Our BQD Director, Zoom Master, Toastmaster Ajita Singh, this DSO, which is from DSO, so of course, Sergeant at Arms Shamili from IMT Dubai, and MC, our MC, where is she? Where is she? I cannot find her. Anyway, Amit Jadab. Yes, I said
I
it.
think he's making a demo.
SPJ Toastmaster. And the whole Area 23 team and the club members of the 4 clubs. And of course, myself, the unique limited edition Najla. Don't forget me. And of course, the Dubai Embrovdo tribe. So this is my second time being with you guys. If you still remember, Robert, we were in the Cavalier Club.
Yeah.
It was really an amazing night. And again, it's another amazing night. I will never forget it. Be a people.
Thank
Thank you so much for everybody. And over to you, Pragnya, I guess.
Pragnya, just a word, just a plug. Everybody, please, you can follow us on our social media pages. That's Dubai Improv Tribe on Facebook and Instagram. Do follow us, do like our pages. You can write to us at unscriptedwithdit@gmail.com. If you have hate mail, you can write to Sarah. She handles that very well. But if you like to send us checks, you can send it to us.
Send it to me.
Do follow us on podcast. We have a podcast, the Unscripted with DIT series. It's in our second season. 31st episode is out. You'll find it across all the podcast platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher. You name it, we are there. Do follow us and encourage us to do more of what we demonstrated for you here this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Robert and the DIT team. It was fabulous to have you here. I have a little confession to make. I've been missing the improv tribe so much that I was desperately trying to get to them, but somehow I kept missing it. So I thought this is my opportunity to bring DIT tribe to me. And
So
to the
if
rest
you
of
can't go
Area
to there,
23
you'll
Division
bring
B.
us here.
Exactly.
Very smart.
So I must sincerely thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for being able to come here. I had an amazing time today, and I'm sure everybody who was here did too. Thank you, everybody. We have certificates prepared for all of you, which I will share with Robert to hand over to all of you. Thank you so much, everyone. Lots of love. Missing you guys a lot. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hope you had a wonderful 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can switch on
But
your cameras, unmute yourself, and just have fun.
Pragnya, they
Yes,
say
yes.
if you can't, if Mohammed, like if
The mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, help me, Robert. That's what Pragnya did.
If the mountain won't come to Muhammad, if the mountain won't come to Muhammad, then Muhammad will have to go to the mountain. So that's
But
what
here
Pragnya did.
Pragnya made the mountain come to Muhammad.
And if you look at it in a way, Jasmine, that's what you did as well.
Thank you so much, Division B. We enjoyed being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great weekend, people. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye, Harish. Bye, Pragnya.
Bye.